I've traveled the world and tried pretty much every flatbread recipe out there.
This one right here, this is the winner. Today, I'll be giving you the recipe for 4 flatbreads, although I'll be making a few more myself. First, you need to get 480 grams of all-purpose flour. Put it into a mixing bowl alongside 1.5 grams of salt and 1.5 grams of baking powder. Then crack in 1 egg, and you need to add a touch of sugar. Here I'm using a squirt of agave, but you can use anything you like, from honey to sugar itself. Then go in with 245 grams of water. No specific temperature is needed. And then with a spoon, you can just start mixing this up. Alternatively, you can use your hands, of course, but this is a bit cleaner in this first stage. If you go in straight with your hands, then yes, you'll be left with a sticky, gunky mess, which, let's be real, is a bit of a hassle to clean off. So much easier to mix it around with a spoon until it forms a dough. And then at this point, I'd pull it out of the bowl onto a work surface and start kneading it. You can, of course, use a bread mixer for this stage, but I want to keep it real, rustic and authentic and mimic the old ladies I saw doing this roadside in Marrakesh. And you can see here the motion I've got going on whilst I'm kneading this dough. It's sort of a swirl and a circular motion with one hand, and then push it back to place with the other. Swirl again, push, swirl, push. Then after about 5 minutes or so, the dough should be soft, pliable and slightly springy to the touch. At this point, you can see how I'm rounding it out at the bottom with the sides of my hands and forming it into a nice clean shaped dough ball. Now get yourself some lovely extra virgin olive oil, rub it all over the dough ball, form it into a long sort of oblong shape, and then you just want to sort of ball out these little balls. Grab a bit more of the olive oil and line a baking tray with it, and then you just want to twist off these balls one by one, form them again in your hands so they become nice clean circles, and then place them in the baking tray. Make sure to keep oiling your hands. You can't do too much oil here, so don't worry about that at all. So you can see here, as I did 2 lots of the recipe I gave you earlier, I've got 8 dough balls, which will give me 8 flatbreads. Now you need to cover them. You can either use cling film and or a lid or a wet towel and leave them to sit at room temperature for 15 minutes. Then after their rest, you want to oil the surface again with extra virgin olive oil, and then take one of the balls out of the tray and place it on the surface, making sure to place the lid back on every time. We do not want these going dry and crusty at all. We want to keep these soft, damp and delicious. So with the tips of your fingers now, just start pressing down onto the dough ball to start flattening it out. Now throughout this whole process, as you're making the flatbreads, keep dipping your fingers back into the olive oil and applying that oil onto the flatbread. This is super important. These flatbreads are so delicious because of the high fat content, and you also won't be able to stretch them out properly unless you do so. So once you flatten them out, you can just start sort of pushing the edges out like this, again in a sort of circular motion. At this point, I've decided to completely ditch the gloves. They weren't doing me any favors. We're just going to rock and roll nice and rustic here. So as you can see, as I've started to smooth out the wraps and just get it as thin as possible, there's a couple of holes that have formed. Don't worry about this at all. A few holes here and there is absolutely fine and perfectly normal. So basically what I'm doing is just trying to get this as thin and transparent as possible while still holding its shape. Yes, it's okay to have holes, but you also don't want this looking like a piece of Emmental. So play a little game with yourself. Try and get it as thin and transparent as possible whilst not breaking it. Once you're happy with it and you've got it to about this size, pull the flatbread over itself from the top down to about 2/3 down the wrap. Then do the same with the bottom, lift it up very gently and pull it up to meet the top. Then pull over one side, again 2/3 of the way across, and then the other side to meet the other edge. You'll be left with these dreamy little square pockets. So now you just need to work your way through all of the wraps you're doing, transfer them back into the tray, again making sure to keep that lid, cling film or wet towel consistently on at all times. And this flatbread is something you can get super creative with. So the last one I did completely plain, just olive oil. For this next one I'm going to try a sweet version, sprinkling some cinnamon in. But you can literally put anything you want in here, from scattering around shredded meat to cheese to little bits of butter, any sort of spices, crushed nuts, coconut, literally anything you can think of. So again, with the same folding process, over it goes and back into the tray. This is one of my favorite variations. I'm using a Za'atar spice blend, but again, just a small demonstration to show you that you can get funky with it and let those creative juices flow. So I've decided that 4 flatbreads is enough for today's video. The other 4 I'm going to wrap up in cling film and keep in the freezer. This is a really nice little hack and will save you time doing it in the future. So again, make Make sure they're covered and rest them for a further 15 minutes. Once that's over, again, re-oil the surface, and you kind of just want to flatten these out once again. You can see here I'm not holding back on the olive oil at all, and that's fine. We're not actually going to oil the pan at all. These are fatty enough, so we're just going to whack them right in. And you can see here that the square is still sort of intact, still kind of got the same shape, but it's just been enlarged to its final size. The pan, I want you to put it on medium heat. In it goes, and as you're doing one of the wraps, you can start pressing down the next. Make sure to keep an eye on the wrap, keep flipping it, make sure it doesn't burn. If you start seeing things going too brown too quickly or a little bit too dark, then just reduce the heat further. That's absolutely fine. As I'm taking them off the pan onto the plate here, you can see the color of them, perfectly golden brown. This is exactly where you want them. So next, you can see I'm going in with some of my spiced varieties. Still exactly the same logic and cooking process. Now, as you cook these one by one, again, you want to store them under a damp towel. I've got these under a damp towel under the sun, which is pretty much perfect and authentic conditions for these wraps to be stored. And as I pull these apart, you can see how stunning these wraps are. I can't even explain how delicious they are. The texture is unrivaled. You've got those Filo-Style layers, which keep it incredibly light, flaky, but also super moist at the same time. Topping wise, I'm going to leave that one to you, but I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Sub to the channel for more like this, and I'll see you for the next one.